ladies and gentlemen, to the Fifth Line Podcast, Season 2, Episode 17. And what did we do last night, boys? Boys on the left there.
Well, we played some Chel, and by played, I mean we got our asses for a while. Got a few wins in there.
So Nick finally got NHL for the Xbox One, so he was able to join me and Benny. And so I figured as a little extra bit of content that I would live stream it to the Fifth Line Podcast's channel. So we were live for about 6 hours last night. Longer than I. Yeah, it was way longer than I planned.
What, 8:30 and got off at like 2:30 in the morning.
It was.
Yeah, we went for a bit.
It was a long night.
Forgot I gotta
is that can I rewatch that if I want?
Yeah, dude, it's on there as a VOD, but it's 6 hours long. So I mean, if you work at a desk and you just want like background sound, that'll be ideal for you, because it'll just be us. It'll be like there's like little banter here and there, and every now and then will be a really loud exclamation.
Fuck!
Yeah,
and it will normally be a swear word.
There's a lot of infrequent goals scored by our team. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you'll have to.
I think I had 1 or 2 goals all night long. In 6 hours, I had 1 or 2 goals, and then I had like a couple deke assists, and that was it.
Yeah.
You guys are a defensive juggernaut.
Well,
you guys are okay. No,
we try.
Nick really likes hitting guys.
It's true. Even if they don't have the puck.
Some hit discipline.
Yeah.
No, you did fine. I mean, it was like we were saying earlier. It was your first time really doing it. Yeah, and it was your first time really doing it, and it's a very different. Like doing the one, like the EASHL stuff is very different than playing a full team.
Yeah. Well, it's different in the sense too. Like you're playing with two other people that have instincts to play a certain way, rather than like if you hop into a game by yourself. You know how you're going to operate because you just got either computers.
The computers
you're able to switch back and forth between players because you're going to pass it ahead of the guy that you're going to control. So,
yeah.
You never we just got to get some chemistry going. It'll take a little bit, but we just got to get there.
So yeah,
hey Benny, you got some foam on your beard.
Oh yeah, he does. I actually just saw that.
I didn't want to say
milk stash. It's a beer stash.
Beer stash. Yeah, so I'd like to make that like a Saturday thing. Whenever we are all free on that Saturday night, because it's fun.
That'd be good.
It's pretty fun.
Good night.
So yeah, keep an eye out on the Facebook page, because that's where we'll be posting that if we're going to be doing that. And more often than not, it'll start around 8:00. But yeah, it's going to be hockey night for the Fifth Line boys.
Hockey night in New York State.
I got to come up with a better name.
Canada. Almost Canada.
Hockey night in almost Canada.
Just put it this way. We're not going to get much worse than we were last night.
Yes, this is true.
This is true.
That's a good way to look at it there.
We got a few grindy wins. We had a couple 1-goal wins.
Gift wins.
You were squeezing your cheeks the whole last 4 or 5 minutes of the game because we had give up a goal.
Had our goalie cover it every possible chance. Every time it went down there.
Yep. It was fun.
So that was last night.
Yep.
I want to tell you boys what I did today.
I saw it and I was jealous.
I got out and played a little bit of Pondy today.
Nice. Where'd you play?
So at SPAC they have 2 rinks areas that they flood out. Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah. And this year they didn't have signs saying that you couldn't play hockey, so we brought everything, and we actually had one of them. There was only a couple people there when we got there, because there was the big one that we were on last year, if you remember, Mike.
I do remember.
And there was one across the street, a little smaller one. So we went to the small one, and there was only 1 or 2 people there today when we got there, and then they left, so we had the whole thing to ourselves for half hour, 45 minutes.
Nice.
So then we were just messing around, and then Aaron
oh no,
Aaron texts me and just so I'm obviously I'm looking down because I'm fucking around trying to do my foot deke.
Trying to learn the foot
Aaron
deke.
just comes up and rails me in the shoulder and tweaks my neck and shit. I'm like, ugh. But before that, I was chasing down a puck that was it was heading off the ice, and you guys know how outdoor ice is. It's imperfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I go and I start to stop, and my toe digs in a little. It catches an edge, and I slam down on my knee, hit my hip, and I go fucking sliding on my back. You know how like when when you're on a ski mountain and you fall and you're on your back and you're just fucking sliding down the hill? Yeah, that was me on the ice. I just went.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No. At least you didn't catch your head, but yeah, none of that sounds fun.
No,
yeah,
it was actually
college bucket.
It was actually like I was pretty lucky, yeah, because I hit my knee and then hit my hip, and then I was immediately on like in the middle of my back, and my head stayed off the ice the whole time. So, as
someone who has put his head directly into a sheet of ice, don't recommend.
I remember
it's
that.
Very, very bad time.
There's something in a human your psyche or whatever, because you would think more people would smack their head on the ice, but there's something that your instinct is to push it forward when you start to fall, so that it keeps it away from the ground. It's weird. It's
my instinct got all fucked up with throwing all of the stuff I had in my hands directly up in the air, which I'm sure looked quite funny from a distance.
I didn't see. So if you guys don't know what Ben's talking about, were you there, Eric?
I don't think he was.
I don't know if he was there, but this was all.
I got on video this amazing GoPro video of Ben in his graduation.
I still have that clip.
Around and just falling and eating shit backwards. Yeah, that was
after I just clapped a nice little shot into our mini net, and I was like selling on one foot.
Yes.
I have that because it was on Google, the Google Drive. I have that. Everybody enjoy. Here it is.
I got that on camera. So Nick,
anyway,
continue your story.
Other than that, it went well, and so I'm after that. I'm thinking, oh man, you know what's coming up? Is our pond hockey day?
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, you know what? I don't know how that's gonna go, but I want to make a mini net, and I want to make a real mini net. So I was looking it up, and there's actually a design for outdoor pond hockey mini nets that you can make out of wood.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you guys, but I'm gonna make one.
Oh, nice.
How different does it look?
Is it like short and wide?
Considerably. Very different.
Is it like much shorter?
It doesn't even have a net on it.
So wait, Nick, I know what you're talking about. Is it the USA Pond Hockey website?
Yeah, it's like the little box.
So it's the box with the two little cutouts. So there's like two places.
It's like they're like cutouts. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and make one of those, even though I know.
So yeah, I don't think we actually told you, Eric. I don't know if Ben told you maybe, but we're gonna make the weekend of the 11th work. So I think the 12th is the Saturday.
Okay.
So if you can do that.
At this point, I'm gonna be taking some stuff home from Caroline's apartment. And that was the weekend I was aiming to go up, so that's perfect. So as of now,
sweet.
Look at that.
Should be there. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, obviously, I want to do hockey, but I'm probably not gonna be able to hang after that because we got a bunch of stuff to do, obviously. And I know, I would love to, but I will keep posted on that.
Okay. In other news, we got a couple little things to get to here. Henrik Lundqvist had his jersey retired.
I watched that
for the Rangers. Pretty cool.
He did. Very cool.
We all knew it was gonna happen, but
yeah, I want to say a quick something on this. So Henrik was always on at my house. So we're Islander fans. My brother's a Ranger fan. And obviously because MSG, right? We have MSG.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime there was a Ranger game on or an Islander game on, like, we'd watch it. And oh my God, watching Hank through the years, that guy in playoffs was unbelievable. Ben, you shared a stat or something. Yeah, I know. You shared a stat. The stat was, what was the stat? It was like it was 100 and something postseason appearances, only like 30 to 40 games. He let in more than 2 goals.
Yeah, it's something stupid.
Wow.
Yeah. He's very good. Very good goalie.
Yeah, just my, and what a class act off the ice too.
The fact he never got a cup is lame. I know you were probably happy, Eric, because it got the one against your second team got a cup against him, but Of all the guys, he definitely probably deserved one for all of what he did carrying that team for so long.
Yeah, yep. He was unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was a great ceremony too. I don't know if did anyone else see it? Did you guys watch it?
I didn't catch it.
I didn't.
Okay.
No.
Okay. It was like 45 minutes of ceremony before the game.
Was it really?
It was like pretty extensive. Dang. Yeah, but I mean, how cool is that, right? Your numbers are going up in MSG. Like, dang, dude.
It's an elite club.
Athlete.
Yeah. I feel like 45 minutes. That's about. I've been to a couple of retirements. That's about.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I wonder. So who else do you think's up there then? Probably Messier.
Messier's up there. Richter's up there.
Dude,
Graves is up there.
If Merrick Malik isn't up there.
Merrick Malik deserves a banner for that goal alone.
Hell yeah.
He does not have a banner because his name is enough. His name is more than a physical piece of cloth.
You say the Malik and everybody knows.
It doesn't stand for Madison Square Garden, boys.
Malik Square
Garden.
That's pretty good.
They should change it to that. Anyway. So Lundqvist got his number retired. I think I went over his stats when he retired, but
sure.
I'll just say him again.
Run him one more time.
459 wins, 310 losses, 918 save percentage, and a 243 goals against average. 15 years, all with the Rangers. And then
he played on some pretty meh Rangers teams too.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not nothing.
No, if he was playing on this Rangers team, oh dear.
Yeah, peak Henrik Lundqvist on this Rangers team. Yeah, my goodness.
He'd be probably doing even better. Although I don't know,
Shesterkin's been killing it.
Kind
of
why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah,
they've been Kreider.
Yeah.
But
your favorite player, Ben?
Yeah, Chris Kreider. So before we move on,
I don't know that name.
He's dead to me.
Kreider.
Before we move on, a couple things. One, if you're enjoying the show so far, just hit that subscribe button so that you can get notified whenever we upload a new episode. Share it with your friends and family because why not? And today, my soda of the week is this.
Ooh,
berry lemonade Sunkist.
Interesting.
I saw it and it caught my eye, and I want to try it. So
I would.
Is this the moment?
Yeah.
Sounds intriguing.
Right, anyway. Doesn't it? Lemonade sodas appear to be a thing.
A thing now. The color's great.
Well, Mike, you remember those lemonade sodas from Aldi's? The best.
That's not carbonated bad. One. Yeah, the carbonated lemonade. Yeah, those were good.
Bottle ones, yep.
Those things are fucking delicious. I don't even know what the brand name is, but they come in like fancy, like wine ass looking bottles.
Second sip.
Delicious.
It's whatever the Aldi's generic brand is.
So okay, so that's not bad, but when you think lemonade, you think tart.
Yes.
There's not a lot of tart in this.
No, that's not
it's kind of smooth. Yeah, that's why it hit me by surprise because I was expecting I don't know what it even is in your mouth.
He just kind of,
you your tonsils do something weird or whatever. Yeah, I didn't get that, but it's not bad, and I'm gonna finish it. Moving on, what do we got here? So Keith Yandle. Remember beginning of last season? Yeah, beginning of last season, they were whoever it was, Quenneville, whoever it was gonna scratch him.
Yeah.
Luckily they didn't.
The whole damn thing
would have ruined the whole thing. Luckily he didn't. And I forget which night it was this week, but he broke the current Ironman streak. And he set the new one at 965 consecutive games.
Phil Kessel's right on his heels too.
Yeah, he is. I believe it was previously Doug Jarvis of Montreal Canadiens fame and Hartford Whalers, I believe.
So that Mike, that was I believe it was Tuesday, the 25th. Okay. And yeah, that was against the Islanders. That's why I was because Chara before the game walked up and said something to him.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, congrats to Keith Yandle.
Yes, likely since it was Tuesday, he's likely added to that record. So as we speak, the record is growing. which is pretty cool.
Will Kessel stay playing longer than Keith Yandle is the question.
Probably, because Yandle, I think, was like almost reluctantly gotten signed this year. He didn't play any playoffs last season. He was scratched all through playoffs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, he's not like an amazing player.
Not anymore, anyway.
Yeah, he's on the back end.
I was listening to the Chicklets podcast.
I mean, Jesus H, he's got 965 games in a row.
I was listening to the Chicklets podcast, and they were running his stats, and like for defensemen, career defenseman stats, his are high, high,
really?
out on that list.
I would like to.
He's
see
good.
That.
He has been good for a while.
He was good for a long time. If he played 900, he's got to be good if he was playing 900 in some games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
2007, damn.
That was when he was drafted.
Okay, well, if that gives you
or started playing.
That was when he started playing, and I think he was drafted. And if this gives you any indication of how old he is, Duncan Keith was drafted in 2006. So.
Oh my goodness.
He's only 1 year behind.
Oh dear.
Let me see this. 613 points in 1,076 games. Yeah. More than half a point a game for a defenseman. That's pretty good.
For a defenseman, yeah.
But yeah, so that's cool. That would be crazy to see it get up past, which it could this season, I think, get close, up to 1,000 games if he stays healthy. It'd be close. I didn't do the exact math, but it'd be close.
Not like the Flyers got anybody better.
They don't. And here, boys, this is where I want to spend a little extra time, because we're gonna separate this into separate like categories. We'll see.
Sure.
Evander Kane is now an Oiler.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
It was pretty expected. It was pretty expected after everything that came out. But so my question to you guys is, for right now, for just the beginning here, we can get into the other extraterrestrial things. That's not it.
Curricular.
Yeah, there we go. I knew it wasn't extraterrestrial. It was the only thing I could think of.
He is not an alien.
He
is a moron, but he's not an alien.
So put aside for this first part, I just want you guys to put aside all off ice things. So, $8 million times 5 in debt or whatever he is. Issues with his girlfriend, wife, whatever.
Yeah.
Put that aside, and let's just talk about how he fits with the Oilers organization.
I mean, I'm sure it's good. Like putting that good of a winger with either McDavid or Draisaitl.
They didn't have any forward depth. We all knew that.
No.
Aside from Hyman and Nuji.
I don't know if they're allowed to say they don't have forward depth anymore when you have all of Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Jesse Puljujarvi, Zach Hyman. Trying to think of others.
No, that's it.
Cassian's a bit. I mean, he's not amazing, but he does his stuff.
Tyler
Yamamoto.
Yeah.
That's a lot of decent players up at the top. You're always gonna have some plug-in guys around all that.
Yeah.
But adding Evander Kane to it will help them. He's a very good winger, and he's going to be playing with two of the best centers in the league. He's already scored a tipping goal against the Habs yesterday.
Did he score? I wondered if he scored. That's upsetting.
Nick, what you're saying, Nick, Evander Kane is he's an established NHL player. It's depth in the sense that he's an established, he was successful statistic-wise NHL player.
He had the most points on the Sharks last season.
Yes.
He's a baller.
He's a good
player. When he's playing, he's good.
Yeah.
What I mean by depth is you guys, you can't argue with me and say that they have
we can argue with you.
Behind those really 4 guys, right?
No.
It pales in comparison whatever's back there.
Yes, yeah.
No, yeah, that's so you look at a team like the Lightning, where it's more kind of spread out, instead of having the top line be a big spike of talent and then it being low down here. It's a little more evened out.
Very good.
Yeah, it's a little more evened out. Whereas with the Oilers, it's very much the opposite, where it's your top players, especially on forwards, you're talking about 2 of the top, arguably 5 players in the world. Definitely 2 of the top 10, I would say. And then it immediately drops down to someone who has like 6 goals or something. I think Nuge has like 6 goals, and he's like the next one you'd think.
The next, yeah.
So it's like, there's a big contrast on the Oilers as far as talent.
Right.
So like when I saw that, this is what I was thinking. So in the beginning of the season, remember when the Oilers like would just outscore people to win?
Yes.
Like at this point, hey, look, if that's going to be our plan for the rest of the year, here's a guy that could help, because they can't do anything on defense and with their goaltenders. So let's get another guy who can help us win 7-5.
Honestly, I think you're right. I think that's their plan.
And then they're going to get to a playoff series again and immediately lose.
And immediately realize that, defense and goaltending are very important in the playoffs.
They win championships.
On a financial side of it too, like it's a good deal to get him in there.
Oh yeah.
So like they lucked out on that. They stole the guy.
What's the money? I actually don't know that.
2.3.
What is the money?
It was low. It was less than 3, more than 2. I think it was.
Wow. Okay, for Evander Kane,
2.3 for a year.
Per year.
See, but that's where I wonder: is it this season? Is it the remainder of this season?
It's literally just the rest of this season.
Yeah. So he's not even gonna make 2.3. He's gonna make whatever. We're half a season away, so I guess like 1 point.
Something like that. I honestly don't know how all that works.
1.6 something.
So I mean that helps them too, because they got it. They're definitely going to have to do something at the deadline. I know they've been talking about not moving anybody and not moving a defenseman and not moving a goalie, but like their goalies are so bad. And I even heard, I don't even remember what I was listening to when they were talking about it, but the potential goalie deal that they should look at, and Eric, you won't like this one.
Johnny
is going after Varlamov.
Oh,
yeah, I can see that. Doing
like a straight up maybe, or a little bit more for Koskinen and Varlamov. Because just so you guys know, we all talk about how the Koskinen deal is this bad contract.
Isn't it up at the end of this year?
It ends this season.
Oh, it does?
So, yeah. And Koskinen was drafted by your boys back years ago as a first round pick.
He was, yeah.
So he was a first rounder?
Right. And Varlamov has 2 years left on his contract. And I think at this point they know, I think everybody knows that the Islanders are going with Sorokin. Yeah, they don't want to have to rely on Sorokin all the time. And then, oh shit, my backup's Varlamov. But they're not making, sorry, Eric, I don't think they're making the playoffs this year.
No, no, dude, you don't have to apologize. It's trending in that direction,
It would be logical for them to sell.
Place that goalie. Like, it'll be fine.
Could you imagine the conversation though between Ken Holland and Lou Lamoriello and be like,
that would be the thing I'd get
fleeced for that deal.
Yeah, I'd be very worried as an Oiler fan about Ken Holland going into a negotiation with Lou Lamoriello.
As someone,
it's not going to be a straight trade for Koskinen and Varlamov. You know that.
Oh no, dude, there's going to be something in there that's going to come back around. Eventually,
the Islanders, the Oilers, all they want to do is score goals. The Islanders need people that can score goals, so I'm liking this.
Dude,
Lou Lamoriello, he's flawed in a lot of ways. I don't love a lot of the contracts he gives out in terms of
especially
in free agents. There's some areas there, but in trades, I'd bet on him. I'd bet on him over Ken Holland.
Dude, him versus Lou versus Ken Holland. Lou would end up with 5% equity in the Oilers or something.
I need some stocks, man.
So that being said, right? And I know we talked about, what about Fleury? Well, Fleury's played pretty good considerably this year, and he's also got a no move to Canada. So I don't think
that can always get.
He might go, but a logical guy in comparable contracts is Varlamov to Koskinen.
Is Varlamov props to Varlamov for what he's done over the last few years,
but he's better than Mike Smith has been this year.
I mean, sure, but how much of that is Varlamov being put into a very good situation? Or I don't even know how he's done this year.
So
in terms of the Islanders.
System's good too.
That's what I want to comment on. So money wise and in terms of experience wise, Varlamov's a good option, but he's played very poorly this year, and it's for a lot of reasons. he started and the Islanders have not given him any help for some of his losses, like offensively at all. He had a nagging injury and he was out for a lot of the beginning of the season, and then COVID took a lot of time away. But like Varlamov has just, it's hard for me to say that they'd go for him just based on the fact that like what he's put together this year as like a sample is just not that good. And I know it's a one-off. Varlamov is not that bad. He's not as bad as his like numbers show he is this year. But like if you're Edmonton, you can't afford to gamble on that unless, I mean, it's Ken Holland, right? So
I'm really mad Jake Allen got hurt.
I'm not sure. I would think a team like Seattle, because they can, like, they have Grubauer and they have Chris Drieger.
That might make sense.
And
they have Joey Okay.
Years, but like everybody's sucked there. Like they're just not
bad.
Yeah. Don't they also have Daccord?
Yes,
you have Joey Okay.
Well. They're kind of stacked goaltending wise if their current ones can figure the shit out.
So my two teams, like, now that you do make a good point though, like, yeah, Varlamov's definitely an option. It's definitely an option. Especially if you want to get Koskinen out of there. Which again, I think that holds some weight, right? And he was drafted by the Islanders. Lou is Lou, so like stuff like that does matter, I guess. Yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Seattle.
So that being said, what do they do on defense?
Moving on.
Hopefully grab Ben Sherratt.
That'd be great. It's gonna happen.
For what, Ben? What do you want? What do you want for Sherratt?
Something good. I don't know. I don't get paid to make the moves. Just give me something good, old Jeff and Kent. Give me something nice.
Something nice. Yep.
I derailed that. We were talking about Evander Kane.
No, that's
Evander
fine.
Kane.
Because we brought that into the whole Oilers thing. So that's where I wanted
situation,
it to go. I probably see him on the first line with McDavid, and then
I think is what they did last night.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. He's probably on the power play as well. He'll be probably. Oh shit, no, because Draisaitl. He'll probably be the front of the net guy. He'll be the big dude in front of the net, pushing people around.
That could work.
He'll fit in well. They'll score a bunch, and they'll keep letting goals in as well. So it's going to be.
Hopefully that makes Draisaitl less pissy.
I don't think it will.
I noticed we briefly mentioned that last week and then didn't come back around to it. But again, at this point, it's really old. But like, I still don't know what the fuck Jim Matheson expected out of that interaction.
This is what pissed me off about that. Was
it made you pissy?
It made me pissy because what an entitled prick! Like,
you're
gonna say that like this dude doesn't owe you dick. Why you're really gonna say that to a guy? Like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, he probably was like. You could see Draisaitl starting to become like a little like snarky. Like he was starting to get a little annoyed. But like, also, what do you expect? Being like, why are you so pissy? Like, what do you expect that's gonna help? Like,
and they let him keep asking a question. Like, what?
So all of the videos we saw about that whole conversation with those guys.
I saw the whole thing.
He had asked like 4 or 5 more questions before even that whole conversation even started that nobody ever saw because they just chopped that segment down. So like,
I saw
at that point he was on question like 6 or 7 for this fucking guy, and then he's like,
I'd be answering like that.
What do you think the number 1 cause is for the team playing bad? It's obviously the fucking goalies, you dumbass. But he's not going to say that.
I mean, I think it was everything.
Yeah, I don't think he was that wrong. They were all doing shit all. Like, he was right. He was like, everything. Yeah. We just got to get better all around.
Scoring either. Like McDavid and him hadn't been scoring. So,
but anyway, after another tangent, we get back to Evander Kane. In terms of like all of the everything around him, I mean, we've kind of already said all of everything that's to be said. Yeah. He's had a lot of shit going on. I hope this doesn't kind of derail him kind of moving forward and getting a bit better. I hope he can maybe kind of keep figuring things out and kind of keep on the straight path here.
So Mike, you said you wanted to split this up into multiple parts. So what is the second part?
Well, Ben kind of just let us right in. So
just let us. Okay.
I mean, is this in any way going to improve his situation off the ice?
I mean, he's getting paid. That helps.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
He's making money.
I guess that's true. Is he? Did he get vaccinated? He must have to play in Canada.
I don't know. Probably.
If he's playing in Canada, then he has to.
He has to be.
I think that was something that I don't know. There were so many news stories about him. But yeah, I mean, I hope he I hope the best for him. Like, he's obviously got a lot of issues in his life, and I hope he can kind of start to figure all that out. And like, I mean, if he wants to make more money, he needed to get another contract to like perform and show like, hey, I can get a new deal after this. So like, I hope all that continues to go well. I hope he can kind of establish himself. But yeah, it's something.
Same.
Yeah.
It feels like, to me, it's just like it's like he has this looming like literal pile of personal things to deal with, and then it's like we're gonna put a little band-aid on that called contract with Edmonton.
Yeah,
like that's what it feels like to me. I don't know.
Like the Kanye West meme where he's like, or no, it's Drake. It's Drake. Where he's like, I don't even. He's in like the colored boxes, and he's like,
and he's just like,
therapy and bankruptcy help.
Like,
contract with Edmonton.
Yeah, exactly.
And yes, like I obviously financially, it's like, what can you do that you're good at that will financially help you get out of debt? Well, obviously hockey, right? But like, oh man, just with like, this is how I think about it, right? Like, I don't know what the future holds. And I think the Draisaitl thing is kind of the perfect parallel to this. You know what media is like in Canada, right? Ben, you can attest to that. You're cheering for it. And like, Evander Kane with this giant web of personal issues is now in Canada.
Yeah.
So
he's not going to be doing too many press availabilities.
He did a sit down like interview with TSN.
I saw that. I didn't watch it, but
I feel really bad for not remembering the reporter's name.
Yeah,
I want to say her last name was Gray.
Here, I'll look it up.
I think. But the thing that made me laugh the fucking hardest was like, she brought up the whole was it in that interview? It might have been in his introductory interview with just the GM, one or the other. But he was like, they asked him about all of the Sharks teammates being like, oh yeah, we literally don't want him on our team anymore. And his response was along the lines of, yeah, well, that was just kind of a narrative being spewed from like inside the dressing room. They should have kept that in. I've always been a good teammate. People want to be around me. Like, oh, so you're saying the people who were on your team and didn't want to be around you wanted to be around with you? Like, he literally was like, oh yeah, it was just made up. It just kind of came from inside the dressing room. And I'm just like, what do you mean, sir? Like, what do you... I don't know.
It was Kayla Gray as well.
I got half of it.
Yep, you got the last name. Whatever. We'll see.
It's a lot.
We'll see how it goes.
I hope the best for him. Hey, he needs to figure out a lot of stuff, though. I don't know.
Yeah, just to end this officially, you're going to hear more about Evander Kane again.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. And, when he gets a hat trick at some point.
When he gets more personal stuff.
9-point night.
Stuff comes in.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, yeah, that'll be, yeah.
Yep. That's that.
So we got one more thing before we get to team talk. And that was Nick just put this, added this in. The Arizona situation.
Oh my God.
Dude,
what are we doing here?
I'm getting embarrassed.
So I don't know the whole story on this, and Brian brought it up to me. I was over at his place tonight, and he's like, "Why don't you guys talk about the Arizona situation?" And I was like, "Okay."
Here you go, Brian.
So in a nutshell, right? They're negotiating with ASU, Arizona State University, to use their facilities as their interim stadium to play, right?
Yeah.
But I saw something about like guaranteed of selling tickets and shit like that, or what was it? Did you guys see?
Brad Marchand sent like a really snarky tweet after the fact. But yeah, so it's they're in negotiations to possibly move to a 5K capacity college arena as a temporary home for like 3 to 4 years, and then Elliot Friedman, ASU, yeah. Elliot Friedman, I think, reported that if they are to do it, the construction and like expansion of the rink size and like all that jazz and getting locker rooms in would then reduce it from like, I think he gave a range of like 3,500 to like maybe 4,000 seats would only be available then, with all of the adjustments that would have to be made.
Like TV adjustments, probably.
Just, what are we doing here? Why, like, how is... I understand like the Sunbelt like projects was like a huge thing with Gary Bettman of getting teams into like more niche places that like aren't traditional hockey markets, and it's worked very well in some places. Tampa Bay, fucking perfect. Florida's
we're getting there.
Sometimes kind of they're on the right path. There's been places, but like, why are you so dead set on making Arizona work?
I just want to put this in perspective for you guys. So we're talking about them potentially having 4,000 seats for 4,000
like
viewers.
that. Yeah,
Bell Center has over 21,000 seats.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Most stadiums are over like 18,000 seats, 19,000 seats.
As far as I know, the minimum that like the NHL is supposed to require, because they got talked about around when Winnipeg moved back there, is like somewhere around 15K. It might be different because this is supposed to be like a temporary thing, and like they're making exceptions. But like, what are we doing here? Move them. Yeah. I'm sorry, Arizona Coyotes fans. Like, I know there are some dedicated ones that, but like, the
reason they're not moving them is because they'll make more money from an expansion, obviously, for obvious reasons. But like, I still don't know why they couldn't just move.
You could move them anywhere and make
more money. They're a bankrupted team. I know. Gotta be like they're at the point where they almost have to be supported by the fucking league to survive.
They
it's not getting to the point. That is the case now.
I think they've already had like a scare, like a bankruptcy scare, and I think the league
they got bought by the team once, or by the league once, rather.
That is what it was. Yep, they got bought by the league. It's pretty rough. But yeah, they like.
Wait. Sorry.
No. They could. Yes, they would make money moving that team anywhere else right now, but like they don't want to move. They don't want to waste. What they don't want to do is they don't want to waste Houston. Because if you move them to Houston, you miss out on a $900 million. Someone buying a franchise for $900 million.
Quebec City has an NHL capable building right now.
Okay. Get away from your fucking mic and give me a second, because I was gonna say one thing they could do is move it to Quebec City, and they would get way more fans in the building, and it would work better than fucking Arizona. Yeah,
but no, not enough corporate dollars in Quebec City.
All right, so
but there are in Arizona now. I mean, like,
not in Arizona, no.
Like I don't know.
So here's the plan. Anyone who watches this and lives in Quebec, write letters to your local politicians, and let's make this happen.
Oh, the premier of Quebec already had they set up a meeting with the Quebec government and the NHL. That already happened like a month ago, being like, hey, is this going to happen? And the NHL was literally like, no. So that's where that's at. I don't get it.
Beautiful retelling of that story.
But yeah, so all you Arizona State, students, look forward to
maybe
some
I'll just go back
NHL
to
hockey.
College. Just go back to college. We'll just move there, like get some NHL games literally on campus. Like, what the fuck? I mean, that'll rule for if there's any hockey fans on like going to Arizona State University and like they actually do this move. That would
be sick, man.
It's dumb as fuck for every other reason, though.
Yes.
Who you guys? Do you have your Instagrams up right now? Because check out ASU's hockey team.
Their jerseys are fucking sick.
So here's the thing, right? So ASU, their hockey team, Adidas like gives them jerseys. Like they get like NHL quality jerseys from Adidas, and they're one of those teams. Like I don't know if you guys follow Oregon in college sports. Nike. The Nike founder is from Oregon, so their track team, their football team, they always get like the sweet. What is that? What are we looking at?
Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, I mean, just if you look at their page, you'll see all the different jerseys they have. I mean, those are sweet jerseys.
This was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, those ones are so clean. But they get all these Adidas jerseys already. They're basically treated like an NHL team. So I was just thinking,
an NHL team.
There was this tweet. I wish I didn't save it. I want to give this person credit, but they were like, we should have ASU and the Coyotes every week play for who gets to play the NHL games that week, the college team or the Coyotes. And I'm like, I'd be down for that.
That'd be awesome.
College team would be playing some NHL tilts.
Some NHL, yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be awesome, dude.
Phil Kessel might get like 9 points, but that's all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where that's at.
Yeah, they should move him. They should move.
They should. I'm in agreement.
But whatever. They won't.
Come on. Get Benny a Quebec jersey. We need that.
A
no, I don't. I'm not. Fuck the Nordiques, but like they should be there.
All right.
No, it's like I'm not. I'm not. I wasn't even around for the Habs Nordiques rivalry, but like it's ingrained enough in me to know that fuck the Nordiques.
That's fair.
Like,
yeah. So who wants to talk about their team?
No.
Do I have to?
Oh man! All right.
All right. So let's start. Yeah, let's start at Ottawa.
I don't want to because I'm still angry about the Arundel stuff.
That's some bullshit right there.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that last week?
No, it hadn't happened yet.
Oh, talk about it, dude. Yeah.
Yes, we talked about it before it happened.
So
I don't have any concept of time.
Buffalo, dude. Fucking Buffalo. I went into work the next day and my boss was like, 'cause he's a Sabres fan. And he's like, oh, what a bad hit from Dell. I was like, yeah, what a fucking bad hit. Now he's out for 2 months because he broke his fucking ankle.
Yeah. High ankle. Wait, I think it's a high ankle
injury
sprain or something.
Yeah.
The worst injury for a hockey player. I mean, there's probably worse ones, but it's not a good one. It's a very bad one.
I would say head.
Well,
so, we may have talked about it. Did we talk about it last week?
I don't think it had happened.
No, it hadn't happened. What?
No, it hadn't happened because they ended up beating him 5-0.
It hadn't happened, gentlemen. We haven't talked about
No,
it.
they played. Hold on. No, they had played Buffalo on the 18th and the 25th, and I'm looking at the calendar, and they're right above each other, so I didn't know which one it was. Yeah, so
God damn it,
happened this week. But then they ended up beating them 5-0. I was like, good. Fuck you, Arundel.
Yeah, they lit him up after that.
And then he got suspended for 2 games, which I'm happy about.
Yep.
And then they lost in a shootout and lost against the Ducks.
Who'd they lose to in the shootout?
Carolina.
Okay.
Oh, no shame in that.
And then they're gonna get just piss pounded by Edmonton tomorrow night. So
maybe not. You never know.
You never know.
I don't know. I don't really have anything other to say than other than the Batherson stuff. Like, yeah, that sucks that he's out for 2 months and isn't going to the All-Star game. And
that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of in the same spot where it's just like they suck and they're gonna suck for the rest of the year. So, like, with both the Habs and the Sens, it's like okay.
And Kachuk's going in his place, which I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that, but whatever.
Yeah, he's entertaining.
Who would you have had otherwise?
Their top goal scorer for the season.
Is that Norris still?
Joshy Norman,
but he's also out too. So
should have had Matt Murray.
Send Matt Murray. He had a shutout.
What does he have? Like an 885 overall and his fucking save percentage this year or something like that?
Let's not talk about it.
I mean, it's probably up a little higher after he had those couple good games.
Yeah, he had a couple. He's gotten a couple shutouts, I think, now since he's been called back up.
I look forward to next year. They're going to develop their young guys this year. They'll get Colin White back next year as well. He hasn't played a game this season.
Wow.
Or really? He played a little bit at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. He was the one that got shut down really early, right?
Yeah. So he hasn't played a game this season, I don't think. Now, Batherson's basically done for the season. And he might as well be at this point. If he's out for 2 months, that puts him into fucking April.
That's the playoffs.
Just shy of April, probably. Yeah.
And May, February.
End of March.
Yeah.
End of March, yeah. Wrong M month.
Yeah.
I get those mixed up too.
Yeah, so I don't know. It'll be
for all intents and purposes. Yeah, he's done unless he.
Let's go to next season, baby.
Yeah, that is kind of weird to think we're like 2.5 months out from playoffs.
Well, we're halfway through the year. All-Star breaks this coming weekend.
True. All-Star break, and then it's the Olympic break, or more, the better name is like the Olympic like marathon, Olympic game marathon.
Yeah.
There's gonna be so much hockey. I'm gonna love it. They're gonna hate it, but I'm gonna love it. Eric?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Ben?
Okay. Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, there
So, the Islanders played 2 games this week, and one of them I was supposed to go to, actually. But school things got in the way. For all you viewers out there in school, you know the deal. You know how things like that.
Grind,
school, dude.
The grind / struggle.
No, but so they the Islanders played the Flyers, who had lost 12 straight at that point, and they went down 2-0 early. And I'm like, well, this is poetic. But then they came back and won it 4-3 with Zach Parise getting the game winner. That was a surprise.
Look at that,
to say the least.
Devils legend.
Yeah. I watched Zach Parise play, and while the results are not there, Zach Parise looks like he gives a shit, and I'm like, well, that's good at least, because I watched Kyle Palmieri play, and I'm just like, I don't know why you're here still. But, well, I do know why you're here still, because you got paid money, and we need to use you. But you don't really do much. But no, that was Yandle's 1,000th game. So the Isles spoiled that and put the Flyers on a 13-game losing streak. So they did that. They come off of that, right? They're in must-win mode, and then they play the Kings. And that game was just, the Kings are winning 2-0, and there's 2 minutes left in the third period, and the Islanders score. So it's like, oh, it's 2-1, and they scored with an empty net, so they keep the net empty. Then the Kings score. It's 3-1. So you're like, oh, that's the game. No, and then with 40 seconds left, the Islanders score again, make it 3-2. This is the stupidest. It's like one of those stupid 3-2 games that's really just a 2-0 game. It's just a 2-0 game. So the Islanders scored 2 quick goals, but it's like they just couldn't score them at the right time. Very frustrating. But it was one of those games where they just, again, they build momentum, and then their offense is like non-existent. And who was in net for that?
What's momentum?
Was Varlamov in net for that? Yeah.
Momentum.
What's that like?
What you had last season, dude.
Yeah, you experienced
Not even
the
last season.
The entire playoff
like
run.
4 weeks.
So Varlamov was in that game, and again, this is what I'm saying. So Varlamov, he only lets in 2 goals, and he just gets no help. Yeah. And quick note of that game as well. Congrats to Quentin Byfield.
Oh yeah,
the Kings' first-round pick with his first NHL goal.
I did see that.
It was a ripper. It was a rocket of a wrist shot. Beat Varlamov clean glove side.
Nice.
But yeah, that's all I got on the Islanders.
Is it though? Happening. Is it?
Do I have? Oh yeah. I'm going to. I'm going to the. I'm going to the Islanders Sens game on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. This is my first time at UBS. So this time, so the Kings one was a bust, but this one will not be. Like, literally, there's nothing that can get in the way of this. Knock on wood. Except for Matt Murray. If I go to UBS and Matt Murray shuts out the Islanders, my first time at UBS, that would be so bad. We'll make a Twitter jersey, a Twitter video burning his jersey. No, a Twitter jersey. Twitter. No. That'd be hilarious. That'd be everything the Islanders season has been this year. It would be very fitting. Moment. That would suck balls, bro. I'm excited. Be so mad. Expect some content, guys. Expect some content. Ooh, content. Eric Troiano 32 on Instagram. It's on over. Instagram, it's somewhere. You're just like it's somewhere, maybe down below somewhere. I don't know, somewhere. All right, Benny, you want to just get into her?
The Habs.
They lost much more.
Yeah, they've made a game of it since we've been talking. It's now only 4-3 Columbus.
Ooh. Hey.
Oh yeah, hey, maybe. Yeah. The big thing today was Carey Price had himself a press conference at 6:15.
Oh yeah, what happened? What happened with that?
Not a ton.
Okay.
I just kind of felt myself asking why we were here the whole time I watched it. But I guess it was really nice to hear from him because he literally had not spoken at all yet this year. Oh, it's now 5-3 Columbus. Okay, that makes more sense.
Stars are lining back up.
The few things I took a few notes. There were like a few little things that came out. Was knee injury again, which has been a thing that has been a problem with him for a lot of different times ever since the Kreider incident, actually. But So that wasn't that shocking. Apparently, he's had some rehabilitation this year. There's just been a couple setbacks, which has kind of pushed him coming back a ways. But he said he still is hoping he'll be able to get back into playing this year, which God bless him. I don't know why he would want to play again this year, but he apparently does want to. But the biggest thing he said, he kept saying a lot is riding on some stuff that's going to happen the next couple weeks in terms of figuring out what's going on with his knee. I don't know if he's going to get in kind of surgery or anything. He didn't really say much of anything, but just that a lot's going to get figured out in the short term is basically what he said.
All right.
Another big thing was he said he has no desire to be moved or to waive his no trade to get moved at this point. He wants to stay Canadian. Other than that, there really was not a lot. I think it was mostly just because like he had not spoken all year.
Yeah.
So they were just kind of like bringing him out to just kind of give a little kind of update thing, I guess.
Did he comment, or did anyone ask him about his mental stuff?
Yeah, they asked about that a bit, and like it was just kind of the answers you'd expect. Like I think Arpan Basu asked about just like when you came out and like said all those things, were you thinking like, oh, you wanted to kind of be an example in terms of a lot of the hardest part is like actually admitting you need help and going forward and getting help from therapy or whatever. And he asked like, was that part of your drive to want to kind of make it public like you did, was to provide an example? And he said yes. And it was nice to hear all that, but like all of the answers were just kind of, yeah, that's about what I expected to hear. There wasn't really a lot new. It was just kind of all right. Yeah, it was just really nice to see him again because we hadn't in a very long time. I don't think, because I think it got brought up at the press conference, was the last time he's spoken to any media, I think, was after they lost in the finals, which is kind of nuts.
Oh wow, yeah.
Wow.
It's been a while, and I think it was Eric Engels who asked that. At that point in time, he probably had an idea of like what was going on with Shea and just kind of all of what was happening around the team. Did you have any worry about like where you were going to be fitting into all that? And he was like, oh yeah, it kind of crossed my mind about in terms of am I playing again kind of thing. And I think he said something along the lines of, I knew a lot was going to be happening this summer. So whether that means he knew Phil probably wasn't staying, he knew that Shea wasn't going to probably be coming back, and knew a lot of all that, which kind of adds some layers of depth to the Habs run in terms of him and Shea just fucking trying to will that goddamn team to a cup, and they got damn fucking close, but then ran into fucking Tampa because of course. But
booyah.
It is what it is. They're a really good team. Like as soon as I got that matchup, I was like, not that the Islanders would have been an easy matchup, but I think you could forgive me, Eric, for wanting the Islanders over Tampa.
The Islanders almost did it. The Islanders almost did it.
Yeah, I can forgive you. I can forgive you.
Yeah, like it's so yeah, I guess my takeaway is it was just nice to hear from him again. And the other thing I guess would be the big takeaway is the uncertainty of whether he's gonna come back, because like the whole time he was like, I have my full desire is to come back and to get to the spot where I can get that health in that position. But like from everything he was saying, it sounds like it might not happen. Who knows? You got to kind of figure out what's going on with his knee, and it's just going to kind of be figuring it out for the rest of the year. But that's where Carey's at. The rest of the team, yeah,
they're there.
Another thing that
they're not there.
I think it was in an RDS story. No, it was La Presse, because it was a French story. It came from I think it was La Presse, where Kent Hughes did an interview where it was mentioned the possibility of trading Jeff Petrie, which, God, man, there's been a lot of bad spots on this team this year, but holy fuck, the season Jeff Petrie is having is. Oof. But apparently, I mean, and something that might have been contributing that is his family moved back to Michigan before the start of this season. I think just kind of get away from all of the COVID restrictions that are going on in Quebec right now, whatever. So he has been dealing with this shit ass season at the same time as also being there by, like, there's a lot going on. But the quote that's going around was Kent Hughes apparently said something along the lines of, that he is like he's not like looking to trade Jeff Petrie, but like if there's a situation where it works out well for both the team and for Jeff, like they might move him. But as of now, he's a Canadian. He needs to contribute to being a Canadian, which for one is fucking wild to hear that much openness with a Habs GM after having Marc Bergevin for 10 years. It's very nice. I don't know how to feel like it's like, oh, okay, he's just actually talking to people, like cool.
That's it. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, again, also that just is like, he literally said, if a trade makes sense for us, we're gonna do it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, that's that's good. That's a good way for a GM to work. Yeah.
It's usually how that process is operated.
Yeah. This trade sucks ass. I'm gonna take it.
If this helps me, it helps him. I'm gonna do that.
But like it was just a matter of like, hearing that said was significant in the sense that so it's a possibility. There's that. As in terms of the team, they've been a lot more competitive lately. I will say they've been a lot more 1-goal games lately, which is, I mean, I'm a guy who's being like, holy shit, we're getting 1-goal losses? What the fuck? And then Edmonton happened last night, and then it was just like, oh, well. And then fucking Sam Montembeault didn't even make it out of a period tonight before he got pulled.
Oh.
And the big thing last night was he got fucking ran by Zach Kassian, and not a single player on the ice did anything. There was no reaction. Yeah. There was no reaction until later in the game. Michael Pezzetta got on the ice for a shift, and I fought him. So good on Mike, I guess. That's been like one bright spot. I've loved Pez the whole year since he's gotten called up and found. So I've seen some action, but
that's something that's not in the league anymore. Teams have like 1 or 2 fighters.
It's not even fight. Just show any amount of anger at all for your goalie getting run from behind the net. Like, goalie, after you hang him out to dry for the entire fucking season, maybe actually like show any kind of reaction. But
that's.
I don't know. It's rough times. I am still counting down the days to March, whatever the fuck the trade deadline is. That's gonna be my big day to watch.
I'll be interested to see what happens.
You expect some moves. I hope the Senators don't do anything.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're on the right track.
I'm sure they will do something.
Unless Fleury is an option.
I don't know what their like expiring contracts look like, but I'm sure they might have some guys they just send out just because. Yeah, get some picks for expiring contracts. That makes sense. But yeah, no, they should kind of stand pat for the most part in terms of a lot of their younger guys. Yeah. I don't know. Habs are not a lot of fun right now.
All right. Yeah. Well, that brings us to the maybe more fun Lightning. What have they been up
to? They've been doing all right. Like they've slowed down for sure. Like they had that stretch weirdly enough where Point and Cooch were hurt, where they won like, I don't know, it was something stupid. It was like 15 out of 18 they had won. They've slowed down. They've slowed down since then. But they did beat the Devils 3-2, which the Devils have been on a heater. So that's, you know, I mean, they didn't play awesome, but and then they lost 3-2 in a shootout to the Golden Knights last night. I didn't get to watch any of that game.
Sorry,
but no, I was playing games. I was playing games with you guys. I wanted to play games.
Big night for not a big night for Robin Leonard. Never mind, wrong night.
They're doing all right. I'd like them to maybe, you know, get a blowout win at some point here. Just get back on there, which I guess they did just blow out the Sharks the other week, but I don't know. They like I watched the Devils game, and it was there were points in the game where I was like, they kind of look not good right now. Like they look sloppy. They weren't like taking care of their own end very well. I'm like, come on, guys. But I think
currently 3 points back of Florida for first in the Eastern Conference.
Yep.
In the same amount of games played.
Yep. There we go. Yeah. Well, yeah, they're good. They're good. They're good. I'm just, you know, I think they're on autopilot at this point, and they're just trying to make it to April in a in a playoff spot, obviously, and then that's
yeah.
when they'll really cinch down and start playing the brand of hockey that I know that they do.
I hadn't looked at it in a while. Guess how many points overall in the standings the Habs have?
It can't be much more than like 24.
21.
Hold on. I'm gonna say 19.
It can't be much more than 24, Mike, because that's how many the Arizona Coyotes have. The Habs have 23.
Dang it. So
Basement dwelling
So by
Habs.
Price is Right rules, that goes to Nick, I think. Yeah. But yeah, no, the Lightning they're doing it. They're doing it. Corey Perry's got like 11, 12 goals in the season. That's pretty cool.
Ooh, yeah.
Kaloran's been doing well. Cirelli's been doing well. No complaints. Vasilevsky has been a little
overworked.
Been a little
He's metamorphosizing into playoff form slowly. He just goes through some.
That's good. That's good. That makes you feel. That makes you feel better.
He's making up for the overworked seasons over the last 4 years.
Honestly, probably, man. At some point, he's not going to be the Vasi that I know. That is for sure. But that's all I got on the Lightning. They're doing their thing. But we're gonna move on quick. We're gonna end the show off here. Because it's football playoff season. We're gonna take a little bit about football here. So earlier, it was Chiefs Bengals, and I think probably most of the people had the Chiefs. And first, before we get into it, little comment on our last episode from Trevor. Trevor, is it Pinesso? I get it wrong every time. Booyah. Got a couple of comments. He's not over the Packers game yet, in case you were wondering.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
That one was raw for him. When he watched this episode, that was like 2 days after.
Yeah, it was like we reopened that shit. Reopened that wound. And then he also asked, and we can only really answer half of this, is who do you guys think will make the Super Bowl? His picks were Chiefs Rams. One of those is wrong.
Yeah.
So I was talking to him earlier.
Yeah.
He was very surprised that the Chiefs lost. If our viewers didn't watch today, I was having deja vu to last week when we were actually recording to the Chiefs Buffalo game, right? The Bengals played the Chiefs today for the AFC championship game.
They're the
and
AFC.
It was tied up in the fourth quarter, and they went to overtime. And I'm like, here we go again. They're gonna fucking lose on it. So the Bengals go out for a coin flip.
Yep.
Call heads, it's tails. Figures. You guessed tails. You picked tails because it never fails. Dumbasses.
It's a coin flip, Nick.
It's literally 50-50 every time.
And then I see Joe Burrow sitting on the bench, and I'm like, here we go. They're gonna friggin' lose, and he's gonna be sitting on the bench and not touch the ball, just like last week. That did not happen.
No.
Patrick Mahomes got picked off.
Yeah.
And the Bengals won.
They did.
By a field goal.
By McPherson as well.
Oh, as we speak right now, the Rams and the Niners are playing. This has been a shit show of a game, in my opinion.
It has.
They're
tied. Are they tied on yours?
They are.
Currently.
They're tied on mine as well. Okay.
It's currently
17-17.
Yeah.
17. Cooper Kupp had a big catch. My personal opinions of the teams were I wanted to see the Rams and the Bengals go in. I didn't think that the Bengals were going to win just because the fucking Chiefs.
Yeah.
But
they're good, man.
I know.
If I would have guessed before, I would have said Chiefs and Rams, but for what I wanted, I would have said the opposite for what I wanted. So
I don't love the Niners. I don't know.
I don't love them either, but I don't like. I don't care anymore because I don't really have any skin in the game. So I'm just whatever the lower seed is. I'm like, go lower seed.
Always underdog.
Yep.
So let's go.
Yep. We could have. Never mind. We could have started the show off with talking about the potential TB TB12 retirement that still is not 100% official.
Yes, they're still. So they that's the thing. Like somebody broke it. I don't even know if it was an actual news source.
I think it was somebody from
the
ESPN,
main
right?
NFL news guy broke it, saying that Brady's retiring, and he didn't say that
he never said. It was like the thing with the Supreme Court guy that just stepped down. They were like, I hear this guy's stepping down, and then the guy was like, okay, well, I guess I'm stepping down. I guess I'm retiring. But yeah, no. So Brady's still not sure, and I did see a thing that he called the GM of the Bucks and said he was still undecided. He was still
mulling his
figuring out.
I think it's a known likelihood that he probably will. At this point, I don't know.
Yeah,
he can do whatever the fuck he wants at this point. He can.
But that's so odd. It's it almost seems wrong for him to go out in a year where he doesn't win. Just because it's what he does.
I saw a tweet I really liked where I guess this is something he must have said where it was somebody like Brady said he was going to retire when he starts sucking, and then he was like, "Never mind, this is taking too long," or something along the lines of that.
Yeah, right. He could be retired.
I would Mike. I don't personally love Tom Brady. He's a great player.
Yeah.
I didn't like him ever. But to the opposite side of what you just said, him going out not winning, there's plenty of big name quarterbacks or top tier quarterbacks that didn't go out on a win either. Breeze retired and they sucked that season. Big Ben retired this season. Big Ben's retirement got overshadowed by Tom Brady 2 days later.
By Tom Brady's maybe retirement.
Right. Might not even be.
Yeah, they were. I was watching SportsCenter and they were I was at the gym and I was watching they have ESPN on. And even just the maybe Brady retiring, they were showing his top 15 plays of his career, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, he's not even gone, guys. It's not guaranteed yet. Show Big Ben. Show some Big Ben clips.
Justice for Big Ben.
But yeah, I figured we'd close the podcast off with that. I think there's less than 2 minutes left in this Rams Niners game. I think it's still tied. Ooh. Oh, there's exactly 2 minutes. It was a 2-minute warning.
Who has the ball?
Matt Stafford in the Rams.
I don't know who that team.
The Rams have it in the red zone.
Yeah, they're in the red zone. I'm not going to try and drag it out because last time I did that, it was a mistake. So
overtime.
We're just gonna cut it.
Yeah, well, we're gonna end it off here. You guys will see who wins, whatever. Trying to think. I think that's all we got, eh? Next week is the All-Star break, and Nick's gonna be coming down. Gonna be hanging out and watching the All-Star game with me.
I'm hoping for some stuff to happen with the Habs during that break. I'm hoping for they still got to round out. Well, maybe some trades. They still got to round out their front office. There's still some AGM hires that need to happen because some guys got let go when Bergevin went. So I'm hoping some stuff will kind of come to fruition over that little break. And I mean, if there ever is a time to maybe fire a coach, maybe make some trades,
get Dom out of there.
Get Dom.
But we shall see. Yeah. We shall see.
Dom Toretto. Get him to coach. Teach him how to fight at least.
Teach him how to be a family.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing him on the bench in the classic white tank top.
White tank top with a blazer over it.
You can't even say the right word.
Huh?
I don't want to say it.
Wife beater? It's a wife beater, man.
I don't want to
say it. It's just that is a whack ass. It's maybe a whack ass name to give a shirt. Like the fact that is the colloquial name for a shirt is like.
Well, I mean, do you look at it? It looks like. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I don't even like to say it. It's just a.
Sorry if you wear those and you don't.
Have you ever heard that slang?
No, I have, but I heard that so long ago. It's just everything's a tank. Everything without sleeves is just a tank top to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Dom Toretto.
Yep.
What a guy.
Probably not a wife beater.
Aquaman got added to the next James. What the fuck? Momoa. Jason Momoa. Got added to the cast for the next Fast and the Furious movie.
Ooh, I haven't seen Fast 9 yet.
I haven't either.
They aren't bringing back Dwayne Johnson.
They have some kind of feud going. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Those two hate each other.
Him and Vin have like a bit of a beef. I don't really know what happened there, but
they're like, no, I'm the biggest bald guy. No, I'm the biggest bald guy. Calm down, guys.
I mean, Dwayne's doing all right for himself. He doesn't really need to.
That's also true, yeah.
Yeah.
Vin's got this one thing. Dwayne's got everything else.
Dwayne's got Fortnite.
Yeah, there we go.
The guy from Fortnite.
And on that note,
yeah, this is done. We're done. We're done. See you guys next week. Hit like, hit subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll see you guys in the next one.